what better way to cheer us up and you up than talking about Ruben fucking Amorim, because he is potentially the worst manager in the league. I'm not sure there's a worse manager in the league than Ruben Amorim.
And maybe I'm supposed to go we'll come on to that in due course, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good point, well presented. Okay, he's one of the worst two managers in the league, and he's Manchester United manager, which makes him the most hilarious manager in the league. He's won 9, drawn 7, and lost 17 in league competitions. Steers Manchester United manager. The worst start since the last time this stat came out.
Which was probably last year.
It seems to happen every year now. Yeah. It's the worst start since the 50s. Let's just go with now. Last year's that was the worst start since the 80s. This year's they've added an extra 3 decades onto that. He's an absolute useless twat, and it's brilliant.
No, you're not wrong. I've been saying for a while, I don't get it. I don't get the loving. Obviously, I watched most of that Brentford game for the last 15-20 minutes. We were actually live, weren't we? And we were kind of keeping tabs on it while we were getting ready for the Liverpool game. He's just got a team that can be better. And I always think you judge your manager on, are they a good manager will get the best out of his team. A great manager, it's more than a team is more than the sum of its parts. And a poor manager, his team underperforms. That's kind of in my head how I judge how good the manager is. I don't think my United squad is brilliant by all accounts, but they are better than what they are showing. Whereas someone perhaps like what's happened at this moment in time at maybe Sunderland, or maybe what's happening a little bit perhaps at Palace, although they were a decent squad. I think that's a manager who's exceeding expectations. He's putting his team in a position to win. Ruben Amorim is constantly putting Manchester United in positions to fail, and that's bad management. And I don't care, and I go back to it a million times, I have my system and I'd rather get sacked than get rid of my system. That is a joke, especially when you love playing 3 centre halves and you play 3 centre halves who can't run. Like, how often we talk about like the Premier League and the physicality of the Premier League and how tough it is and why people play it. It's so difficult to come and adapt. And he's got 3 absolute statues playing centre-back.
Sorry, that took me back to when we had Stefan Bajcetic and absolutely nobody else on the football pitch.
I was like, they can't run. And it's like, Brentford do a little pop over the top.
It's like playing footy on Crosby Beach.
Just little
fucking Anthony Gormley, fucking statues everywhere.
Pop over the top, fella runs through, gets a goal. Like, I can't believe that. For me, right, he clearly is a match fixing. But if you wanted to
where's this going, by the way?
If you wanted to match fix as a manager, you would do what Ruben Amorim's doing now. You would play 3 centre halves who can't run with 2 midfielders in front of him who can't run, and a number 10 who can run a little bit.
And claim it's your system.
And then claim, it's my system. I'm sticking by this. Yeah. I've got a goalie in goal. Bought a new one, but this lad, he's in goal as well. He's fucking useless.
Is he so stuck in his formation that he's picked players that can't run so it stays the same?
I don't know.
At all times, is that what we're saying?
He drops one of them every hour.
Mate.
That's even weirder than the system to me.
Right, it's in the agenda, this. So,
sub a
centre half, right.
Okay.
62 minutes, he subs Harry Maguire off for Lenny Yoro in the last game, in against City, sorry. That was 3 games ago. 2 games ago, 70 minutes he takes Lenny Yoro off for Harry Maguire. Make your mind up, pal.
That's a striker coming on, to be fair.
And the game before, he takes Harry Maguire off and brings Lenny Yoro on.
Yeah.
Between his 60 and 70 minutes, he changes one of his centre-backs. This is a position in a formation with 3 at the back where, listen, you don't have to do a lot of running in a 2 at the back when you're playing centre-halves. It's the position on the pitch where you have to do the least amount of running. When there's 3 of you, you'd have to do even less running, and every week he changes one of his centre-halves for no reason.
He's just an idiot. He just is. I'm sorry, but I can't believe that he thinks this is the best way to win Premier League games. It's baffling. Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire and Matthijs de Ligt, mate, put them, if you raced every Premier League centre half like on a big starting point when all run down there, I reckon they're all pretty low down that race. Yeah. You know what I mean? There aren't many who are getting beaten by them. Everton might have one. There aren't many who are lads who are losing foot races to them. They just...
But he mixed it up this weekend, Chloe. He ended up with Mbeumo playing right wing back and Mason Mount playing left wing back. How do you think that worked?
Exactly
that's where they would be, isn't it?
Yeah.
In amongst it.
Yeah. baffling. Yeah, I'm not sure what to say about that. You know, the thing that's mad is, Liverpool it was half time and I was so happy that Liverpool went 6-0 down. And I checked the scores and I looked at Brentford and was like, oh my God, they went on to win 3-1 and it, you know, didn't stay as it was. Every time I watch United, I just think if they get the ball to Mbeumo in a really attacking position, he might be able to create something.
Good player.
Aside from that, you've got absolutely no chance.
Can I say something right here? Liverpool, sorry to be disrespectful to a friend of the show, Liverpool let Jordan Henderson go because he thought his legs had gone. And he ran rings around Manchester United. Like, they couldn't get near him. And with all due respect to Jordan, you know, there's a reason why Liverpool decided.
Yeah.
He was
build that look pass as well. See that?
The assist and stuff. He was completely bossing it and made up for him, like, fantastic. But that should be a bit of a warning sign. And you know, with all, you know, that Thiago is a big lad, but he's not Linford Christie, you know what I mean? He's not like sprinting behind just like, and he was leaving them for dead.
Linford Christie's in his 60s and he could get through that defence, no problem.
He might be the same speed as him now.
You know, Usain Bolt's been around since Linford Christie.
Usain Bolt retired 10 years ago. Like, let's try.
It was Seb Coe, is it?
It was the first sprint. It was the first.
It's no Sally Gunnell.
First sprint that comes to mind. So it's probably Usain Bolt would have been a better example in hindsight. But like, what are we doing? Like, I just can't believe in a world where we all know the Premier League now, it can't just be about your tactics. You have to be able to physically match teams, and even the best teams at the top of the league sometimes struggle with that. To go to Brentford, a team who, with, again, set piece dominated, physical team, get about, probably especially since the sales in the summer of Mbeumo and others, are probably lacking a bit of quality to go there and think, you know what, this is going to do for me. I think he's amazing. And by the way, the centre forward, even when scoring a goal, he looked shit.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like, it's almost impossible to look shit when scoring a goal, and he somehow managed to do that.
Yeah. Can I just say though, Jacqueline Mbeumo is really enjoying his move because he now sits below Brentford somehow, and I think I had Brentford going down in my bottom.
He's playing my wing back as well to come back. Like, that is no attacker wants to be there. Mate of mine, good player, very good player. He got shifted to like a left wing back a couple of times and was fuming. Like, you don't want to be doing that. Just doing bloody up and down all afternoon. Like, that is not where you want to be.
Like, but serious, look, I get he's on absolute dough. So is he actually arse? Probably not. But like, he's gone back to Brentford probably thinking, I'm the man, like 70 mil, I'm gonna boss it. And he's just realised that he's playing with a bunch of absolute knobheads.
He's made a step down.
He's fucking brilliant though. He's got that Mane, I'm going to get us over the line thing, except the line's too far away.
Yeah.
He's got no chance with Manchester United at the moment. What I particularly loved about it, and you listen, the three at the back thing, I think Steve's absolutely spot on. It's brilliant how shit they all are and how they can't move. But the idea of playing a really, really sort of tenacious and speedy midfield two of either Casemiro or Ugarte with Bruno Fernandes every single week against three players that are faster than them all the time and more committed all the time is where I think Manchester United's problems actually truly lie. A two-man midfield overran when they can't run is crazy for me.
Yeah, he's a crap, that Ugarte.
Viola.
Can't run.
And Bruno's not that guy, is he?
No,
he's not that guy.
If you want to pick Bruno Fernandes, right?
Good footballer, but he's not that guy.
Listen, he is what he is, and I'm glad he missed the penalty. I'm sure we'll talk about later. But like,
great, yeah.
you get the best out of Bruno Fernandes by putting him closer to the goal, like moving him further.
Not your goal.
No, not your goal. Yeah, their goal, not your goal. Yeah. Like, again, he clearly doesn't trust Kobe Mainoo, which is fair enough. Obviously, Casemiro's suspended, isn't he? So he has to do something there. But like, Fernandes is the player they should build a team around. In the summer, everyone was talking about the business.
He's too old to build a team around.
Everyone was talking in the summer about the transfer business, Acuna and Mbeumo, and I was like, yeah, but where did the actual number 10 was that was the only thing they had going for them. They had a number 10. They've had a number 10, and actually, I quite like Ahmad. I think he's a good player, and he needs to figure out how to use him. But like, they just moved Bruno Fernandes back a little bit and said, right, to Ugarte and Casemiro, you have to kind of babysit this fella. And listen, when he gets on the ball, sometimes Fernandes, he'll still do some wonderful things because he's technically very, very gifted. But you have to earn the right to be able to do those type of things. And I go back to mate, Jordan Henderson ran rings around them, and that should be a massive red flag for them. But they seem to just back this manager, and long may it continue.
Why do you think they're doing this, Chloe? Is it like the fans seem to be with him as well, which is a bit nuts?
Maybe because he's the most good-looking manager they've had in quite a while. That is the only thing I can assume, and even then, he's not great. And he looks all right in the training stuff that they have to wear. I've got no idea why they're with him, because it just looks like he's bought a bunch of players who are a little bit better than the last ones. And if they get on the ball and have license to do what they want to do, sure, if they've got the space to do it, absolutely, they'll try and create something from nothing. But it is not a system thing. And I think maybe their fans are just bored of sacking off a manager to go and get another shit one, because every single one of them have been crap for about the last 10 years.
You are, like, if you're a Manchester United fan, and we've heard them online all the time, Dan, Manchester United, they'll say the same as us, they exist to win trophies. Do you look, and can you see how a fan would look at Ruben Amorim and think this guy can win a Premier League title?
No.
Then why are they bothering?
Far from it. I was going to say what Chloe just said right at the end there. I just think they've tried the hiring and firing of managers, and they've tried it and they've tried it and tried it, so nothing's worked. So it felt like with the guys of the new ownership, in inverted commas, with Jim Ratcliffe, etc., plus this guy that they've put everything in on, they've given the big budget. They did the same for Ten Hag, granted, but they've gone all in on Amorim. They've gone all in on his system, all in on who he is as a manager. And he has to be the answer. And they don't want to admit yet that he isn't. That's all I can sort of fall down upon. I think the evidence is stacking up to suggest that he isn't. I think even the most hard-faced Amorim believer will soon be realising that actually this fella's not it, and he can't be it for much longer. Because as you say there, when it comes down to winning football matches, let alone trophies, it's hard to fathom in any prism how he's capable of doing that. And the three at the back thing's been a big stick to beat him with, and people argue, I'm not quite sure this is true as people make out, that that's the reason Liverpool didn't go with him, but it probably didn't help, let's put it like that. But the three at the back thing can work. Like, we have seen it work. Like, Palace are doing a decent job of it every now and then. So it's not that fundamentally there's the problem. There's more to it than that. And I think it's loads of factors. We mentioned, obviously, the midfield's a problem. Kobe Mainu was sort of flavour of the month for ages, and now he doesn't fancy him.
He wanted to go, he tried to leave, they managed to keep on.
Yeah, there's been obviously the bomb squad that they got rid of half of, and now they're pulling up trees wherever they've gone, more or less. The goalkeeper situation I've mentioned all summer long. They own three goalkeepers. The best of them, in inverted commas, is probably not at the football club anymore, and they've gone with this guy, and he ain't it. Like, that goal at the weekend goes through the middle of him, basically. It's just...
That was like someone had pressed the wrong button on FIFA.
Yeah,
when you're like
big dive
in the middle of the goal.
Shambolic. It's absolutely... And again, if I was that way inclined as a Man United fan to believe that Amorim was the guy, even I would be questioning myself now, because I think time's up. You mentioned his record there, like, it's relegation-ish form,
Can I
give or
ask you a
take.
Question? If he loses to Sunderland, is he gone?
Yeah.
He beat
In which case, he should be sacked. If you're ever one game away from losing your job, your job's gone. Because you're going to lose or something.
Yeah, I agree.
But
we had this with Potter, didn't we? You know what I mean?
The rumours are, though, that there is a clause, and Man United have to sack him if inside a year, 12 million they pay. Outside of a year, 4 million they pay.
What did they pay to get him? They paid a decent chunk of money to get him in the first place, didn't they? Because they got him ahead of time.
Yeah, it's interesting. And also, let's be fair, like I saw this reporter's shortlist and like Gareth Southgate. The options out there at this moment aren't great. It's worth mentioning.
But are they all not in jobs at the moment?
Mate,
those options.
There was a rumour today, Xavi.
Really?
Yeah. Interesting. Like if they had anything about them, they'd go and phone Crystal Palace and get Glasner.
Or Bournemouth and get Areola.
Yeah.
Lads who just know what to do.
They're the ones.
And Glasner's probably the easiest to get out because his contract ends.
Yeah.
Penny for Mark Gay's
I reckon we'll find out, because if he doesn't get sacked after Sunderland, they're waiting for a year. And the rumours of this contract clause of fucking...
Can't be far away.
November.
Is it?
November,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's mad.
Because they sacked Ten Hag in the international break, the October one. Is that right? In a bit of
that's interesting. If they're doing that, it's save 8 million quid. I get it, because I get it.
They've done a lot of stuff to save a few quid.
And
over the last 12 months.
That'll all go in amongst
that's
that.
Crazy they're doing that. That's bananas. But yeah, they were. I think you judge your team on away from home, and away from home they've got battered at City, they got battered at Brentford. They drew with Fulham in a game that could have very much went either way. They're a very bad football team.
They're 3 points off the relegation places. 3
But I
points
just
away
don't-
from Burnley.
To your point of right at the top, it's great and fucking love it, and let's hope it never ever stops happening. But their squad, man for man, is better than what we've just said here.
I know. That's my point.
I don't know.
It's on him. Usually I would look at a team and go, oh, he's doing the best he can. Like, I'm looking at like certain teams and think, he can't do much more with that team.
Yeah.
Good managers get the best out of their teams. The best managers get more than the best out of their teams, and bad managers make them underperform. And his team, for a year, has constantly underperformed. The odd big game against a team who they can counter-attack on and maybe get something out of it, fair play. You can be solid with your back three and you can have your 2 crabs in front of them and you can defend deep and you can hit on the counter with Garnacho or Ahmad or Rashford or whatever. That's how Man United have won under this fella. When they're on the front foot and they're playing high up the pitch and they're going to dominate a game with the ball, they are absolutely useless. And yeah, long way to continue.
Okay. We'll come on to them later. Just for the record, though, Manchester United are ahead of Newcastle. So is Eddie
They're
Howe.
only 4 points off.
I've got a little bit of grace when it comes to Eddie Howe and Newcastle start of the season, given how disrupted it was and the upheaval they underwent. I know we've largely down to us, so fine, but it wasn't an easy start for them, let's be honest.
I would have appreciated if they could have took points off Arsenal.
Very quick, one more thing with Dave, very quickly. United always look tired and they don't play in Europe.
You would if you played for United as well. It's a good point, because training ground time-wise, they should have everything in their favour.
Give Amorim, give him 1 game a week, he'll be great.
Yeah.
That was a clip from the Biased Football Podcast. To check out the whole show, head to redmenplus.com or click the link in the description.